Okay guys, we are at the Concours d'Elegance Suisse here in Switzerland. Specifically we are in Coppet. It is located right next to the Lake Geneve. This is a very big car show. We didn't come here for the first time, we've been here a few other times. But we will see what kind of cool cars, maybe some vintage cars, some modern supercars we will see today. And I will show you, do the best as I can to show you a few impressions of the event. Okay, let's check it out. Okay guys, so as you can see, there are a few classic cars here, but also some more modern cars like this Porsche Boxster S right here. We have the one silver version with the roof down, but we also have a black version with the roof up. Right next to it you can see some other cool Porsches, and also over there you can see a Morgan that has just started up and now making its way out of the parking lot. So a lot of really special cars. And this is only the car park, this is not even the main event. Over here you can see a real nice GT3 RS. It's a bit of a boring spec, to be honest. Not all that interesting, but still of course a really cool car. Okay, so over here we have a really cool Porsche Carrera. I love it when they have these little emblems on the back. You can see here it says it has done over 100,000 kilometers. That's crazy. It also seems to have driven a lot of rallies. Really nice with the cream interior right here. Just lovely. Okay guys, here we have what I would call American muscle corner. So as you can see, we have a lot of vintage muscle cars, but also a few other a bit newer models. One of my favorites is this dark green metallic Corvette. You have to excuse me, I'm really not that good with old muscle cars or old American muscle cars. But yeah, this is looking really clean so far. Okay guys, over here you can have a look at these Ferraris. As you might notice, this is not your typical 360 Modena. If I'm not mistaken, this should be a Challenge Stradale, but I think it's a bit hard to tell from this point. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I'm not that good with my old Ferraris, or let's say mid-modern Ferraris. But it has the Challenge Stradale grille, so I'm not quite sure. What do you guys think? And over here we have a lovely 599 next to a 430 Scud. Really cool to see. Okay, over on this corner we have some lovely mid-modern luxury cars. These Bentley Continentals are looking really fine in the shadowy light right here. Oh, there's an M2 coming, and right next to it we have this Bentley. Is it a Mulsanne? I'm not quite sure. Let me have a look around the back. These classic cars, I have to say I'm really into. I have a real soft spot for them. Okay, it's just a Bentley 8. But I gotta be honest, owning one of these must be a real nightmare. I can imagine that there's probably going a lot of stuff wrong with these. We have this beautiful scenery right here, next to the parking lot. And right there you can see Lake Geneva. Okay guys, so I think we're gonna talk about this corner here first. As you can see, this is a real lovely event right here in the middle of Switzerland. It is a true and honest concours. So basically what you have here is the whole package. You will start with the vintage cars right over here, and then you will make your way through here to some really vintage cars. I'm not too good with all of these. We have like a Jaguar, we also have a Bugatti over there, and over here, of course, how could you forget, it's the E-Types, the Jaguar E-Types. A really beautiful piece of machinery. Over there you can also see two Morgans, and this right here, I don't know if you made it out yet. This is basically a resto mod of an E-Type, and it's a lightweight version. It's called the Rebellion, and I think it really looks fantastic. And right over here you have some big boys, you could say. You can see the exposed engine base over here. Really nice. Now I gotta say, this is a bit of me right here. We have a red Rolls-Royce with white wheel wells. I think this is something else. I really like the styling of this, I have to say. Because it's just a bit weird. It's just a bit something different. This is not the first Rolls-Royce you think of when you think about the brand. Also, right next to it we have a Cadillac. I'm pretty sure it's a DeVille. Yes, it's a Cadillac DeVille. But I absolutely adore these cars. They are like 10 meters in length. So those are really big cars. But I quite like the styling of them. I would just love to drive around in one of these top down, just around Lake Geneva for one day. That would be so awesome. And over here you can see we have a few more Rolls-Royces. A few more Rolls-Royces over there. And over here we also have a Bentley. I quite like the styling of this. I have to say, I really like that. And over here we have probably the main event of the show. Two 300 SL Roadsters. One in a dark grey color and one in this, I don't even call it, what would you call this color, guys? What would you call this color, guys? This is basically like a Sahara brown, I would say. So those are two 300 SL Roadsters. But this one has had an aftermarket hardtop fitted to it. Actually, I'm not quite sure if it's even aftermarket. I think this was Mercedes official. But this really is a real, true classic car. And this is probably my favorite car of this entire show. Also, I quite like these Porsche Roadsters. So this one right here in this light blue color, absolutely fantastic. And I mean, from the front, it just looks banging. Okay guys, moving on. As our next car we have a Ferrari 512. And I gotta say, this, I don't know if it comes across on camera, but this car really is an absolute beauty. I love this car. Just the sheer lines and proportions of it. This is just beautiful. Then moving on, we got a few more Bentleys, some Jags. And then over here, maybe not the first thing you expect, would be this Mercedes right here. Absolutely lovely in this blue color scheme with the silver trim down there. I mean, of course, pure elegance. Moving along, we have a Porsche Turbo, and I think this is the new DB12, if I'm not mistaken, right? Then again, we have some American muscle. How could you forget? Talking about American muscle, of course you have the Dodge Viper. So as you can see, the mix of cars at this event is quite special. So you have the vintage classics all the way over there, moving along to more modern stuff, and then right here you have stuff like this. I really enjoy that. There's really a mix of everything in this event. Okay, moving along, we have another Morgan right here. I think these cars just look interesting to me. I don't know what it is about them. It looks a bit sad. But still, I quite like the look of this, honestly. And then over here we have a Fiat X1, styling made by Berton. And then moving along further, there is an old Corvette right here. And then, guys, I quickly have to tell you something. This black car right here, this is an Alfa Romeo 1300, at least if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's a 2000. Okay, sorry, my mistake. So this is an Alfa Romeo 2000, but the other iteration of this. So yeah, you're right. So the Alfa Romeo 1300, he only has 2 headlights, not 4. But I absolutely adore the shape of this car. I think, if you ask me, this is probably one of my favorite classic cars. This is just a sight to behold. I think Alfa Romeo really did the most beautiful vintage or older cars. Then we have another Porsche right here, looking lovely as ever. And then right next to it an Aston Martin that you probably don't see that often, to be honest. This is quite a special one. So it's a DBS Vantage. But honestly, if you ask me, I think these old Aston Martins look more like muscle cars. Then moving along, we have the modern corner. So we have a Revuelto, we have a Temerario, and then we have a new Urus SE. All 3 from Lamborghini made. And I think you can hear me throughout this music, but I think these 3 together look absolutely lovely. Then moving along further, we have more Aston Martins. So going from DBSs to the Vantage, and then moving along to the DBX right here. Again, some American muscle for you, or at least not really muscle, but some real pure elegance. Cadillac DeVille Coupe. Oh no, it's a sedan actually, I'm sorry for that. Because it has 4 doors. This is just a real boat of a car. Then I quite like these, the Dino, Ferrari Dino. Oh, it wasn't actually even called a Ferrari, it was just called the Dino. And then they relabeled it to be the Ferrari Dino. Next to it, Citroën SM Hybrid. So next to it, Citroën SM. Also a really interesting car. I quite like the styling choice that they made here, with the number plate being enclosed in glass. That's quite something, honestly. And then next to it, we have another Maserati, and even further another Ferrari, but this is actually a Ferrari race car. And as you can see, this is brutal. This is a real racing machine. Okay guys, this has been Concours d'Elegance Suisse 2026 edition. We saw some really amazing cars. I hope you had a nice time. And yeah, I definitely want to see this event next year also. It's always a lovely time. So I would say we will go for a swim now, and then we will catch you all in the next one. Bye.